this is amazing. I was clash heads again. This is like Chaz Mostyn and Cam Water.
For the first time here for season 3. Davis on pole, Vandergren in second. It's going to be sprint round action here tonight. Let's go racing here at Daytona. It was a good start there from Davis in comparison to Vandergren in behind. Cowan's absolutely bogged it up and already dropped out of the top 3 here as they come down towards turn 1 for the first time. There's biffing and barging between Gallen and Cowan. These guys are still going at it after last season. They survived for this time by though. Through turn 2 and 3 they come. Nice and clean, boys. Keep it up as they come up to...
I love riding. It's a real social thing. There's a great bond between riders.
Every weekend I look forward to getting out there. It's a freedom like no other.
Riding to work is a great way to start the day.
Shannons insure all types of road bikes, not just classics. They offer features riders really want. It's why they're one of Australia's leading motorcycle insurance providers.
Whatever you ride, whatever you ride,
Whatever you ride,
ride with Shannons.
Call 134646 for a quote.
Through turn 1, it was a horrible start from De Bono, who's absolutely bogged it up and gets eaten alive by Dixon and Gowans as they come on through. Through turn 1 they come, and they all spread out around in towards the first sector of the Silverstone circuit. They look all right at the moment. Okay, there's already been a car spun round. That's Jordan Ferguson offline.
Is green, green, green at Road Atlanta here as well. Faulkner did get away. De Bono is tucked in as well. Unfortunately, Houghton is on that outside line. De Bono does want to tell him to do. He's got the job. De Bono's overtaken. Now can he get Ben Faulkner up through turns for 2 and 3? They go round the right-hander, dropping down the hill. Faulkner's out in front. De Bono second. Houghton third. Ratcliffe in fourth. No real dramas going into turn 1.
We've always had a few cars. They're all special. The T-Bird.
Oh, that's mine.
The Combi for when we want to get away. The XR8.
It's going to be a classic.
They're all insured with Shannons,
We've also got Shannon's home and contents cover.
which helps protect our automotive collectibles, tools and memorabilia in the home and garage. If you're motoring enthusiasts like us, it's got to be
Shannon's.
Shannons, insurance for motoring enthusiasts. Call 134646 for a quote.
amazing. I was clash heads again. This is like Chaz Mostyn and Cam Waters. Almost the same situation. Better contact going down the hill. Sam Noble wants to sniff on Dave Coleman now. Sam Noble bottle right now because tell you what, Bruce Tanek and Jamie Dyson just absolutely drove away from us. Hayden trying to go around the outside. This is where he could have just sent it up the inside, but he hasn't completed it, which is fair enough. It's very scary out there, ladies and gentlemen. You know, let's see if we get a good run. God's just absolute thinker, but it is a really nice move. Blake Delaney had to move out of the way.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into SRW TV, and welcome to the Warren & Brown Tours V8 Supercars Championship Season 1 finale tonight out at Sebring International Raceway. I'm your commentator, Hamish Munro, joined, as always, by Steve Sinkovic alongside. Sinker, we're rushing around to get everything set up tonight. There was a change in the formatting from an enduro to a normal round, thanks to accommodate some other drivers' time preferences this evening. But we still get to go racing at Sebring for the final race, where Blake Warboys is our champion-elect. He pretty much just needs to finish inside of the top 10, and he should win the championship, being 128 points adrift of James Scott at the front of the field.
Yeah, 100%. It's going to be an absolute cracker. Not a bad track, I must say. I don't mind a bit of Sebring myself.
Yeah, I think it's it's a good circuit, quite bumpy. Obviously, can really kill the tyres with the compounds of the surface of the circuit. Of course, it's one of the few circuits that run the tarmac concrete, and then concrete surfaces across the whole circuit. So it can chew up tyres, it can cause carnage. The curbs here can be killer as well. It's going to be absolutely spectacular, and I think for a final round tonight, it's going to be, a great race. I think drivers have shown up, so we've got a good size field coming into this race, and we're ready to rock and roll for the final round of the season before we begin our final round of the whole season for SRW, with round 9 coming up this Tuesday.
I know. I can't believe it myself. I'm still in shock that it's gone this bloody fast.
It goes so quick, doesn't it? So quick.
It's so ridiculous how quick this season has gone. I feel like we've just started it. We've just started putting things together and talking about it and having some fun, getting the bits and pieces organised. But that's just crazy. That's unbelievable.
So practice is coming towards an end as we begin to head into qualifying soon. We're just right on board with James Scott at the moment as he prepares for a final prep push for qualifying. It's been a long season, Sinker, obviously. 15 weeks for us, or 15 rounds for us across, what would it be, 20-odd weeks of racing for Season 1 of the Sunday Series. It is going back to its regular format of a 9-round series next season, with a couple of breaks thrown in there to match Scops and the Logitech Pro Invitational series for the endurance rounds. Of course, taking weeks off during those races, but running the same circuit the week before so drivers can get a race practice in. How confident are you that season's now going to be able to continue on in this manner? Because I think this season in particular, we had some great moments. I feel it went a little bit too long. And unfortunately, a couple of times when we've had to reschedule races, we've had to reschedule them to be in line with something else on iRacing, and then that's taken an effect on it. But I think as a whole, it's been a relatively strong season.
Oh, look, it's been a cracker of a season as far as quality of driving like that. The quality on field, it's not about quality. It's absolutely amazing what these drivers have done out there. Has been really cool. The format has been a test for us as we expected it was going to be a bit of a test to see how it works, because we're no longer just acquiring just average drivers. We've had some really fast drivers driving our series, so we've got to look at that and expect some of that to impact our scheduling and everything like that. But it's been a good test. Next season we will have the. So, for instance, if next weekend is Scops at Bathurst, we'll have Bathurst this weekend. If Logitech next week has Snetterton, we'll have Snetterton this week. So that'll be the format, so the boys can get out there and have a bit of a spin and have some fun. But it'll also make it competitive, back to 9 rounds. So we'll probably start the series probably a week early and finish a week later to accommodate the rounds that we miss. But either way, we're going to make sure it's fun and give it a good hard shake and and make sure that the boys just enjoy it. That's the most important thing for us.
Well, does that then
Hey,
mean
Niels.
on the weeks that are not prior to a Scops or Logitech G Invitational Series, that they would then just match the official of the week before or the upcoming week?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, something like that. We'll have Cowie will pick a track that's going to be there a week before or a week after, but we'll make sure that everything is everything sort of falls in line so people can enjoy it and still have their bits and race their Sunday specials. But we're always updating. We're always trying to fit in and work ways around to make sure everyone's having fun. That's the most important thing. So, we might make some errors on the way like we have in the past, but geez, we've been doing this for 5 years now. 5 years. Just I think I saw our social media account today sent me a message that we've had SRW for 5 years now. So I'm like, God almighty, that is crazy. And that's not including the years that we did what was it called before, Hamish? FRL, Force Racing League.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. What a way we've come.
Brad's asking. Brad's asking Sinko if you're.
Eccleston
You
of
are.
Australian sim racing.
You know what? That is the most accurate comparison I've ever heard in my life. If you could, you'd put sprinklers on the track, Sinker, so we can have random wet events happening at certain corners.
I love your work, BJ. That's so funny. Brad Eccleston. I was hoping it was going to be that the guy from the American from the media group with the big thick mo.
Oh yeah.
Can't remember his name for the life of me, but that is so funny. Oh dearie me. Yeah, look, Hamish, this is going to be officially. No, it's not. We've still got one more together.
Yeah, we got one more together on Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday night. Yeah, I was almost going to get starting emotional here. As you know what, mate, one thing you can't avoid as you get older, you get more emotional.
No, that's very true. And if you're open with your emotions at a young age, which I like to feel I am, I'm going to be even worse. I'm just going to be a crying mess by the time I'm of middle age. But
oh mate, I'd watch a puppy movie and I start crying before anything sad happens.
I refuse to watch a film if I think a dog is going to pass away.
My wife just looks at me and she's like, "Are you choking up again?" It's like, "Oh yeah, it's a good moment." But anyway, we do digress as we do. The boys qualifying has started. How are they tracking out there, mate? Give us a rundown. Who's cracking what?
Well, they're only just starting their first laps now as Billy Mole leads the field around. I don't know why. Something with the spec mapping of the WKMP cars, and I tried working with all my levels and I could not fix it whatsoever. I even turned it all off and it was still happening. For whatever reason, it's catching the sun wrong at certain parts of the circuit, so I do apologise, but they look very, very nice when they get into low lighting.
Almost like a pearl.
Yeah, it's like I don't think it's supposed to be, but yeah, I turned all my graphical stuff off. It didn't make any changes, so I turned it back on again. But yeah, for whatever reason, their cars are just not showing up properly for their spec map. But yeah, they've gone back to their classic look, but now on the Gen 3 car. I would assume going forward. So Billy Mole, Troy Stone Street, and Blake Warboys all rocking the older liveries. Not that they're showing up very well in the sunshine. As I said, I do apologise, but it's good to see them back on the car, and it's good to see Warboys back in the black and green machine, looking to take his second championship here on Sundays and third in SRW.
Yeah, I do like the traditional livery they've got. Some of the other liveries are looking pretty special as well at the moment. If you're out there as well, if this is the Sunday night, this is the big one. This is the no frills, no what do you call it? What are they called again? The
Open Series.
There's no
aids apart from clutch.
It's just pure racing at its purest in iRacing, and that's an amazing type of event to watch these boys do it. And you know what, Hamish? Some of the more like the Pro-Am, some of the boys that are like the up-and-coming have done really well to drive without the aids. They've proven that they can do it and taken it to the next level.
It's probably helping their relative pace get up as well. Even, they very likely may have gotten used to the standard now of not driving with any assists, that they could then just continue to do that. you know, in the Tuesday series. So, or whatever else they're racing in as well. Andrew Rushworth, well, the new version of the Hypershift paint. Well, I mean, you can see the other paints look fine. The other paints are fine, but for whatever reason, the WKMP paint is just not showing up correctly in the sun. I don't know why.
Pour some hot water on them and they'll change colour?
I think so. I reckon. If Warboy's car starts to turn red, we know he's starting to get angry in the car tonight. But,
Hamish?
Yes.
I've got...
What's happened there, Sinky? You've just cut out as you were talking to me.
I've got my SDK working.
Oh, very good.
Sorry.
So it appears that Sinker's microphone is cutting in
the
and out
mic's been
again.
doing a few strange things. Definitely.
Hopefully it's fixing itself now. I believe Sinker is going to start working at it. We have got some cameras out there as well.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Hopefully it stays with me, Sinker. And it's not a continuous issue. We have got a couple of cameras out there tonight as well, which is good to see from the drivers.
Oh, nice.
Recently, it's only really been Mr. Douglas and Mr. Dodds who've been giving us their angles out there. But we have got a couple of drivers. So obviously, we've got Mr. Dodds as serious as ever. We've got Mr. Pavlovic as well, rocking the camera again. We'll see if he lifts the Corona up to his mouth during the race or not. Last time he was on camera, he did do that. We've also obviously got Jace Douglas, who's just as stoic as ever once again as well. He's been having a pretty strong run on the Supercars. Took his first win in the Tuesday series for his class not too long ago. And he looks to lock up that championship on Tuesday night as well. And then, of course, Blake Warboys. Daddy Warboys back in his rig, back with the camera on and looking focused as ever. I have noticed he shaved off the little tuft facial hair, Sinker, so maybe he's trying to get away from looking like you a little bit.
No. Does that mean I'm going to shave mine off?
I reckon. I'm surprised it just didn't fall out. I thought maybe you guys were connected by the facial hair.
Connected by osmosis, you reckon, mate?
Exactly.
In through the ether. Oh, dear me.
It's a real erythral
What's
experience.
our pick tonight, mate? Who?
Oh.
You know, we've seen Warboys and Blake really go for it, hammer and tong this season. It's one's had a little bit of advantage here, one's had a little bit of advantage there. We saw last week it was 2 for now all the way through. It's going to be a mega run on this track.
Yeah, I think for the race win, with his pace that he's showing at the moment, it's hard to look past James. Blake, I think, is pretty much a lock-in for the championship at this point. It'd be pretty difficult for him to drop it, especially with 2 teammates in the field that can give him free positions if he needs them. So, yeah, it's pretty hard to look past him for the title. He doesn't need the win. I mean, he's 128 points ahead. Do you know off the top of your head, Sinker, what the points difference is between positions? Just so we could do some quick... Even if it's possible for him to lose it tonight with 16 cars in the field.
I don't even think it's possible, mate.
It would only be possible if he didn't score. So if he dropped out...
10 places is 40 points.
Okay,
so,
yeah. Yeah, so he would have to pretty much not finish and not get any points.
Yeah.
So,
this is going to make James even more hungry for next season, I think.
Oh, he will. He will be. He'll probably be cursing at himself for missing Sonoma. That really cost him. But he's been a man on fire. He's been a man on fire.
He's definitely pushed Warboys to the limit every race, and
for sure,
the races they've had have been amazing. I could easily say two of the top best anyway drivers out there in a V8 supercar, that's for sure. And I'd really love to see these boys race something else as well, see how quick they are. Like maybe put them in a GT series, just to see what the pace is like.
I have heard wording that Mr. Warboys is going to be attempting ovals starting next week, Sinker. So Blake may be, looking to go fast going left. I mean, I'm not sure how well the Supercars knowledge is going to translate to some oval racing, but obviously he just wants to try and get some experience in another type of car, but I'm sure he'll definitely be back for more Supercars action next season. I mean, I want to see James Scott. Hey,
was that Stoney's car that looked all purple? Like
yeah,
all
it's a pink car, but again, unfortunately, the lighting on the spec map of these cars is not really showing it. It's not really doing it justice, unfortunately. They are gorgeous, though. He's got this chrome pink or magenta as his car colour, obviously with the black and the white that they would normally run on the WKMP cars. It's a livery that they run for many years.
Yeah, it's definitely your something going on there.
It's only their cars that it affects. I don't know why. It is only their cars because
they are
like Will Brown's is fine. Will Brown's is fine. Stacey's is fine. Dodsey's fine. Mick Clifton's fine. Douglas is fine. It is literally only their cars that are having that issue, and I do not know why.
Oh, look, it happens.
I've
just seen it with my trading.
Oh,
paints
you haven't.
on.
You haven't updated your trading paints, so.
No, I don't think it's on. That's why.
Oh well.
Because I rushed here in the.
Don't comment and say it's my fault then, Singer. If your paints aren't even up to date,
No,
to compare.
I haven't said that yet. I haven't said that yet. I just fired up mine to make sure.
Why is Ray Douglas just been like enjoy, but then all angry faces? I feel like Ray does not understand emojis yet.
He's an angry old man.
From what it sounds, maybe he's commenting from the facilities at his own home, and he's trying to just pull that face at the moment, doing something. But who knows?
Okay. All right. Well, James Scott's got himself a 2:03.380. He's currently about 5/10 ahead of Blake Warboys, who has got about 7/10 on Troy Stone Street. Ryan.
Oh, the microphone's having
as well.
Your microphone's having a sook against Sinker, so.
Will Brown, Stacey Boyd, Harry Dodds, and Mickey Clifton rundown. Oh mate.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It was cutting in and out as you were calling out the top 10.
Am I sounding like Max Headroom?
No, it was literally like. It was like being on a spotty call. It was every second or third word we could hear. We couldn't hear everything, unfortunately. But
like the call you do to your boss when you say you got bad connection.
Yeah. Nah, the trick is you turn on airplane mode, then it automatically hangs up the phone call which says the call dropped.
Oh, really?
Yep.
All right. So yes, I see what you mean. You can see my screen down the bottom. The spec map's working quite well. It's a chrome. They've gone to a chrome on their base colours.
Yeah. The actual colours are of a chrome. I think maybe it's because I've turned up the lighting a little bit to brighten it up. Maybe that's the issue that I'm having. I'm not sure.
I think it is because it's a bit of a cloudy day.
Yeah, because it's like, as I said, they're the only cars who've actually got the issues for me. So. But yeah, unless it's because I turned up the gamma on my iRacing, that might be it as well.
Yeah. Who's the Optus network? No, I wish not. My net was pretty good. I can't complain. I'm with IINet at the moment, and I'm getting some amazing speeds.
Aren't IINet on the Optus network?
No, they're on. I'm on the fiber on an optic fiber network, so it's completely different. It's run by a third party.
Oh.
Yeah, run by Opticom.
Oh, yes.
Yes, who are a bunch of nice people. Anyway, we do digress again. The 2 minutes, less than a minute to go. What do we got on track that might make a bit of a weapon out there?
As always comes down the line. It's almost like your microphone's trying to change mics midway through you talking, Sinker. Like it's disconnecting or something.
I'll unplug it and replug it. How's that?
Okay. All right. Go for that. So Angus Lawford at the moment out on track for Project 36. Sorry, in the Ford Mustang. He's had some strong performances thus far this season in the beautiful pink Dayglow and black machine. as he runs it up towards the line. Is this lap going to be any better? He's got 2 greens but 4 orange sectors. It's a 3rd green sector. Is it a better lap time for Angus Lawford? It is, but it's not a better position. It's a 2:04.8 that time by, but not good enough for a top 4 here in qualifying. He'll have 1 more lap to make an attempt. Shane Randall looks to get his first lap in qualifying as he gets up towards the start-finish line. What's the lap time for him? It's a 2:05.8. So a bit of work to do on this final run for him. It's 1 more lap for him to have a crack here in qualifying. Said it's a normal round tonight. The qualifying will not cut off at the 15 minutes. As long as drivers have started a lap beforehand, they can finish it. And the first driver that's going to finish it is going to be Billy Mole, currently running down the back straight.
Yeah, I'm back, mate. Look, if there's any drivers out there that have been competing in the Enduro over the weekend and want to give us some feedback in the chat or how they went and some results, we're always willing to have a bit of a chinwag and share.
It's still currently going, Sinker. It is still going.
Yeah.
Is the Majors 24.
How many more laps is there? You reckon how much time left?
I think it started around about the same time as the Nürburgring 24-hour, so maybe 11 o'clock. The old Baldock. Just because I predicted that he was going to get a top 10 and he split this season. Now he's turned on me.
Oh, there you go. There you go. All right, Hamish, run through the top 10, mate. Who we got, where they got, what they do.
Well, at the moment, as Will Brown's lap comes to an end by having a big old wiggle, the top 10 in qualifying is James Scott in pole position, Blake Warboys, Troy Stone Street, Ryan Mueller, Billy Mole, Angus Lawford, Will Brown, Jace Douglas, Stacey Boyd, and Peter Pavlovic currently sits inside the top 10. This lap time by Shane Randall is only 1 sector better at the moment, so I don't think it's going to challenge the top 10, but it is the last qualifying lap that is currently being run on circuit as everyone else is back in pit lane.
There you go.
So as he makes his run round in the final corner.
The Rundell makes his final run.
Sorry, Dodsy's just told us that Pab's drinking Jack Daniels tonight on his camera, not Corona. As Randall brings it into the pit lane for the final time. Oh, we haven't caught him doing it. Damn it! I wish we would have. That would have been full circle moment there for Pav.
Full circle moment. There he is.
There he is. Oh, he's got. Oh my God! He's got the whole bottle with him.
He's listening. He's listening. He can hear us.
He's just got the whole bottle. Yeah. Jesus.
On you, bud.
That man's going to cause a car crash tonight, or you wait and see.
He's not in VR at the moment, so he's got himself the wide 45 by the look of it.
Mate, I don't think he'd be able to handle VR after that. Let's be real. I mean, he'd be off the edge from that one. But as the grid starts to line up here, the starting grid for the final round of the season will be as follows. James Scott will start pole position with Blake Warboys on the front row of the grid. Troy Stone Street, Ryan Mueller for the top 4 with Billy Mull and Angus Lawford in behind them. Will Brown, Jace Douglas for your top 8 with Stacey Boyd and Peter Pavlovic making up the top 10. Troy Dooley and Harry Dodds will then line up on the 6th row of the grid with Mick Clifton, Shane Randall, Andrew Cowan, Tim Mulford and John Gallen at the back of the field here this evening. I'm not sure if John got a timing in qualifying. We'll see if he starts the race. Steph Piccoli, Tyson McAvoy in the race control booth here this evening. So it's only a 2-person crew. We'll see how chaotic it is out here at Sebring.
Okay, Tyson's just giving the guys a last-minute brief on expectations out there, and then we'll get the final round of the championship going and make sure everyone has a lot of fun and put on a spectacle like we always get. Well, Terry Taylor gets ready for some carnage. Yeah, not with these guys.
No,
it's going to be pretty good though.
I think
be very close to the second corner.
It can cause carnage. I think if it's not early carnage, then we may not see that much. Like I think if it's not on lap 1 or lap 2, we may not see it happen. But this is more or less the the crescendo. It's the crescendo to the season. It's the final round It's the crowning race for Blake Warboys as long as he makes the checkered flag, and he will be a 2-time Sunday Supercars champion and a 3-time Supercars champion in SRW as the lights go up. 5 lights, round 15 underway at Sebring here this evening. It's a horrid start from Boyd and Pavlovic at the back end of the top 10 as they drop positions early. Scott will lead us through turn number 1. What's the run going to be like for the rest of the field as they follow him through up towards 2 and 3? Mueller's already putting the pressure on Warboys in towards turn 3 of the braking zone. Warboys on the inside line. We do indeed. It's Cowie off the road as they run round furthermore towards the hard braking zone of turn 7. This is where Mueller may try and get Warboys. Warboys might be happy just to let him have it though, because he knows he just needs to finish the race to win the championship.
It's going to be a nice fight to the end. I can't see him letting him get away for too much. 991 has called out that incident, so Andrew Cowan's called that out. I'm not sure who is.
Lawford's been spun round on the exit of 7.
Lawf, who spun him round? Did he spin around on his own?
I think there was minor contact. We'll come back to it at the end of lap 1. On board with James Scott as he leads the way at the moment. Mueller hot on his heels. Warboys is right there with him as well. Stone Street and Mole make up the top 5. And then it's Will Brown, Jace Douglas, Harry Dodds, Troy Dooley and Peter Pavlovic for the top 10. Good gains off the start line here for Doddsy. Already up 4 positions and into P8 on the road. He's the biggest mover thus far.
Yeah, there's some great movers out there, I'll tell you what. Yeah, the back was a little bit rough, but now they're all starting to get into pace. Everyone's really close. There's a bit of a gap between Will Brown and Billy Mole, so 50 to 6, but apart from that, all orange and green, orange and yellows all the way down the timing tower.
So Mole got a nice little gap between him and Brown, as you said. Douglas hot on the heels of Will Brown, though, as they run down towards the final corner of the Sebring circuit. James Scott will begin lap 2 for us. Let's have a quick look here at what happened to Cowie and what happened to Angus Lawford on lap 1 as well. So let's get the camera off the top of the car and we'll see what has occurred here to Andrew Cowan. So he was just sneaking up the back end with Boyd. Oh, he made contact with, I think that was Tim Mulford. He almost got sucked in.
Hang on, here we go. Yeah, look, no further action racing against it. It looked like Cowie actually moved into him at the same time as Boyd, as Mulford was moving as well, but Cowie just come off worse out of it. What about here?
Yeah, there was contact with Mulford, with Brown. It looked a little bit of neck code, but the question they'll be asking is, would contact have been made if not for the neck code? The angle looked tight enough, it might have.
Yeah. I'm glad it's the boys downstairs doing that and not me. But apart from that, Mr. Scott's got himself the 1.27 seconds. Just did the fastest lap of the 2:10.784. And these cars sound amazing at this track. I'd actually love to see the V8 Supercars do proper laps at this track in real world. I reckon it would be a sensational run.
I feel like the full circuit, at least for modern supercars, may be a little bit long, because they kind of prefer the shorter circuits now. The majority of that, not many tracks on the calendar are actually that long. You know, you think of Bathurst, you think of the Bend, and then the next longest, even if it's on the calendar anymore, would probably be Phillip Island. I mean, the majority of the tracks are actually quite short, and they're short, quick lap times as well.
Yeah, well, look, I can't say. I don't know. I do like the longer stuff when it comes to V8s, but look, we'll see what happens next season, next year. I mean, when they get the Toyota in there.
So car 9-6 drive-through penalty. It's going the way of Will Brown for the contact with Angus Lawford. So they've determined that he was at fault, being that he was the passing car. So he'll now have to bring that car into pit lane. That will then release Jace Douglas into P6. But he is 2.4 seconds off the back of Billy Moles, who'll have some work to do. New fastest lap of the race, though, for James Scott. 2:04.17 at the front end of the field. 1.8 seconds between him and Blake Warboys. So that contact turn 7, lap 1, as we said. Will Brown will have to drive through pit lane. He'll have 3 laps to commit to that black flag before he's disqualified, Sinker, by iRacing for not following a penalty that's been applied to him.
Yeah, 100%. It's just the basic rule that we apply, and it sticks to it. Got a bit of a battle going down the back end. Mick Rockstar Clifton. He's had a very quiet season, Mickey Clifton. Been chomping away, improving, getting faster, and he's had a pretty good season with us in this Sunday series of all the fastest guys.
Yeah, I think he's gone from being, one of the bigger fish in a small pool to being a medium-sized fish in a pretty, long but tight pool. It's he had some very, very good runs in the Tuesday series for quite a few seasons, but you put him amongst the open field of very, very talented drivers, and you see where he is in that pecking order. He still does a great job of where he is. He's still a silent achiever, Sinker. He will just sneak his way through. He'll pluck off positions and he'll try and keep it clean. Now, he has had some races where he hasn't kept it clean, but they're very few and far in between. I mean, there have been some great performances from Mick, and I think the inclusion next season of that Pro-Am class, which would probably see him slotted into, he could be someone that'll be fighting for that title.
100%. Tyson's telling me to fix up my mic. Can everyone else? Is it still that bad? Is it?
It's almost like we're driving through a tunnel a little bit, Sinker. Not that it's echoey, but it's like it just has little cuts in and outs every now and again throughout. So Jace Douglas, as Will Brown comes into pit lane to serve that drive-through. Douglas now has been released to P6. He's got Harry Dodds hot on his heels at the moment. Both drivers with their cameras turned on for us. They'll be having a great time at the moment as Dodds sends it up the inside in towards turn 4. That's a great effort from him. And now Douglas will be hungry to get this position back off of Dodds. Doddsy talking away at the moment. I wonder if they're in Discord together. I'm not sure.
Maybe not together, but he's definitely got the boys have definitely got their own Discord mark and rolling. Down the bottom screen, I've got a great little battle going with Mickey Clifton and Peter Pav, and the boys behind them. They've got a few guys, Stacey Boyd, Shane Randell. Nice little battle pack happening across there, with Mulford slowly catching them.
So this battle pack continues to go along. Stacey Boyd's had some great performances thus far this season. Had an almost perfect first run for Phase 4 back at VIR, where he finished inside of the top 4 and had one of our best battles for a race win we have seen in a long, long time in the Sunday series. A battle and a fight, which saw Blake Warboys take another win this season. It saw Ryan Mueller battling away for it as well, and it saw Shane Randall getting his first SRW podium as well. So it was an all-timer at VIR. It wasn't one that we were particularly excited for going into it, but we left thinking, how stupid are we? How stupid are we thinking VIR was not going to turn it on for us? And it really, really shut us up.
It's a great track for some fantastic driving. It doesn't look that flash on broadcast, but the drivers made it to shine. As a personal choice for me to drive, I don't like it. But how's that for the microphone now? Is that a lot better?
It's a little bit better. It's not worse, I'll say that.
It's still static, is it?
Yeah, a little bit. It's almost more laggy than anything now. It's very odd. I don't know why this is happening, to be honest with you, but hopefully we can sort that out. It almost looks as if Mr. Pavlik's running one of the newer SimCore wheels at the moment on his rig. I wonder if any of the drivers in the Supercars are running one of their Moser reels, Sinker, showing the support for Moser as they are a big supporter of us here in SRW. And
there's probably a fair few of them that do run Moser wheels, but
so these battles have been really heating up here. Of course, Sebring, though, natural circuit to get a little bit of separation amongst the field. It happens quite often here as Douglas and Dooley battle away into turn 7. Dooley up the inside, looking to get the move done here this evening. Can't quite get through just yet, but he wants this move if he can get it.
Well, hopefully that fixes it. I've just adjusted the gain on the mic, so hopefully that stops the crackles. And we can enjoy my dulcet tones rather than hear the crackling version of my dulcet tones.
Hopefully it does sort itself out. Hopefully it sorts itself out before Tuesday, Sinker. Hopefully we can have a perfect broadcast for the final Tuesday round.
Tell you what, though, this group is Troy Dooley, Jace Douglas, Mickey Clifton. Mickey Clifton and Peter Pav have caught up to Jace Douglas, and now they're catching up to Troy Dooley. Having a cracker across the back there. Mr. Scott is pulling out 204.179. Warboys is cruising on a 204.542.
I think he knows that he can. I mean, he knows he can just get away with cruising at the moment. He doesn't need to battle Scott. You know, Scott's the one that has to hope for bad luck for Blake, and he'll be trying to luck limit himself on circuits.
This is where Scott's missing a teammate that could be, qualify behind him and slow him down and try to work some magic that way. But unfortunately, when you're a lone wolf amongst a heap of WK and P cars, there's not much you can do as far as support.
Well, not even just that. There's not much you can do in terms of limiting the points that Blake can get when you're away. And having that teammate in the field, if he was here during the weeks that James was away and Blake was here, it could really help him limit Blake's points gain over him whilst he was away with that injury. So, those are little, there are one race benefits of it, but there's also season-long benefits of it as well. So hopefully James has, oh my God, it's been an absolute blow-up down at turn 7. What the hell has happened there for Jace Douglas, not Tim Mulford, Mick Clifton and Peter Pavlovic down at turn 7. They all synchronized, went off circuit down there. How in the hell has this happened? Oh, okay. So Pav served Clifton into the back of Douglas. And then Clifton trying to get back on circuit. That Jack Daniels may be coming to haunt Peter Pavlovic at the moment.
Yeah. That was an unfortunate Constantino effect then, wasn't it?
It was one of those, nowhere to go for Mick Clifton. Both him and Jace Douglas, innocent parties in that one. And Pav may get a slap on the wrist for that one there. Just a slight lock-up. Missed the braking marker by maybe even only a few meters. Sorry, a few meters, and it's cost him.
Yeah. Well, it looks like Ryan Mueller's having a good old go at, I'm going to take the bottom cam on good old Billy Mole and Ryan Mueller and Stoney having a great little tussle there. So Stoney's getting the pressure of Ryan. He's 2 tenths on the back of him here, coming into the first corner.
And trying to chase down that top 4, or top 5 at the moment, Stacey Boyd, who's been on a real run this race. He dropped a couple of spots off the start. Has now made up not only the spots he lost, but an extra spot as well throughout all of that.
Drive through from Mr. Pav.
Yeah, not that surprised, to be honest with you.
His only comment was, copy.
I mean, should we start calling him Peter, like Peter Server instead of Pavlovic there, or Peter Wader, because get him a napkin, he might serve you something up big. And I mean, if you Mick Clifton or Jace Douglas, I mean, you're feeling like, what the hell was that? Didn't even see him coming, and he's just right there with you.
It wasn't much of a touch, but it was enough to create a Constantino.
Yeah.
But but Jack Pavlovic has done a great job.
So James Scott controlling the field at the moment up the front end of town. Blake Warboys at the moment the champion-elect in P2. He's got plenty of time between him and his teammate Troy Stonestreet in P3, who's now gotten past Ryan Mueller. About half a second between Stoney and Mueller at the moment. Billy Mole's a further 1.9 seconds back. That makes up the top 5 at the moment. For the rest of the top 10, we've got Harry Dodds, Troy Dooley, Stacey Boyd, Shane Randall and Tim Mulford at this stage of the race. Anything can happen though. We've still got 45 minutes of racing left to go in Season 1 of the Sunday Series here for SRW And Warren Brown Tools, V8 Supercars Championship action. Still 45 minutes for anything to happen, and 45 minutes for all of our assumptions about who's going to be the champion at the end of the season to get thrown out the window and across town.
Definitely. Anything can happen, but not likely.
No, it's an improbable. It's an improbability that Blake's going to... Yeah.
They've all worked hard, so it all comes down to the last race. Everyone's worked hard and put everything in that they had to put in to make sure the job's done, and this is like a celebratory way of finishing off this season for us. Bottom screen having a great little ding dong as well. We've got Moffat, Lawford, and Douglas coming across.
No, that's not Douglas Sinker. That's Dougford. Because Mulford and Lawford are in this battle. He's now officially Dougford, Jason Dougford.
Jason Dougford.
Yep.
Is that combined? Merged into one.
Nah,
it's like John Gallen tried to get into the race and I didn't quite make it onto the server.
Yeah, unfortunately for John. So
yeah, cracker he had last week.
Yeah, I was really hoping to see what he could do tonight. His new gear that he's gotten on that rig has really started to pay off for him. Could be in for a strong run next season, maybe even a couple of top 5 finishes or some podiums out there for season 3 or season 2 of this series.
Happy with that, but just I love the underdogs going up. It's you love seeing all the fast guys compete and everything, but a lot of the story comes out of the underdogs that we love to watch. Your battles between Ryan Muir, Billy Mole, Stoney. I mean, there's some fantastic fights through there. There's a lot of story behind it as well. But then you get your Tuesday night, your stories behind, a great import from Tasmania that lives in Geelong now, and Di Fielding doing a top step for the first time, first female to do so at SRW. All these sort of stories are just amazing. A lot of them come from the mid-packs.
Some of the mid-pack racing, I mean, not even just here, but across the world of racing, whether it's sim racing or real-life racing, sometimes the mid-pack battles are the most ferocious and feisty battles you're going to see on track all weekend. Because it's drivers that are having to scratch and claw for everything they can get, and they're having to scratch and claw to get whatever they can get during a race meeting.
What just happened then? Mulford just disappeared. Lawford just disappeared.
Yeah, Lawford. I think Lawford's been disconnected. I think what's happened is it's given him the ping flag. No. He's in pit lane. He's been in pit lane. He's taken his stop.
No, I don't think he did. I think he got sent to pit lane by IRacing because he was on my screen. He was right behind Mulford, putting the pressure on. He was like 2 tenths behind. So I'm not sure if he was sent back or not.
No, he drove. He drove in.
Oh, he drove in from there.
Yeah, he drove in.
Oh my God. Pit stop. My brain. Yeah. It just looks on my screen on my right. I just saw him there 1 second. He was gone the next. I'm like, oh no, don't tell me he disappeared on us. Here we go. Clifton's gone in. Look, maybe Lawford's remembering early last week where they went in to the pits early and it changed the race for them as well. So he's gone in early again. He's got some clean air. Now we can take advantage of that and get some early pace in, so it might just race around a bit for him.
Could also work out as a good undercut opportunity for Angus Lawford. We know how strong the undercut's been in the Gen 3 supercar thus far this season. Sebring not known to be good for an undercut, but can definitely pull it off if you try. Stratsev went and said police now targeting Pavlovic. Send him a hip flask.
I think I've got about half a dozen hip flasks left. So maybe I should send him one with some homebrew in it.
So Dodsy's now decided to pull away a little bit here from Troy Dooley, who's got Stacey Boyd chasing him down at the moment as well. So this mid-pack battle continues to heat up. It's all for P6 on the road as Dodsy brings it into pit lane. So an early stop for Dodds follows the route of his teammate Angus Lawford as Boyd, Dooley, Randall continue on. Mulford and Douglas are in, so they're trying to counteract the undercut strategy here of Angus Lawford at the 19.5 minute mark of this race as Lawford comes round Lamore corner. Where is Mulford and Douglas? They're just about to pull up into the pit box. This is going to be close for them in where they end up.
They're on the bottom camera at the moment. See which one takes off first. There's one I'll tag.
It's Douglas. He has taken a short... Oh, no, sorry. It's Dodsey who's let off first. Douglas is in for a very long stop at the moment. 20 seconds for Jace Douglas. Angus Lawford comes down towards turn 1. He's got his teammate not too far ahead of him at the moment. As Lawford continues around, he's come out behind Tim Mulford. But the important part of this is Dodds is there to back Mulford up into Angus to help him get past.
Yeah. Well, he hasn't lost anything out, really, is he? He's pulled in behind Mulford. He's come out behind Mulford. So that was a really good swap there. Both pitted as well. What was it? Molly pitted on lap 9, 8. Harry Dodds and himself have got some conversation to be had in their Discord at the moment, haven't they?
I think the big loss out of all this is Jace Douglas. 7 seconds is now the gap between him and Tim Mulford. 6 seconds between him and Lawford. He took a 20-second stop. Lawford's was a 17-second stop, and Mulford's was a 15.5-second stop. So variable pit stops here could mean that Mulford and Lawford are on to take a longer pit stop at the end of the race to get home. But the strategy has to be at a maximum here tonight if you want to get the gains.
Yeah. Ryan Mueller is attacking Stoney down the bottom of the knees, 4/10, 5/10, but Stoney's picked up a bit of pace in the last few corners and slowly pulled away from him. So you can see them getting into a nice little scrap there. Looks like there's a bit of pressure there from Lawford now that is really starting to catch these guys up. Or is Harry going to pull away?
So, Sinker, just to mention as well, I don't think your microphone issue is a connection with the cable issue. I think you're actually having a connection via your internet issue at the moment, because it's starting to sound robotic, which makes me think that you're having issues with your actual connection to the Discord call at the moment. Are you getting a yellow ping thing in Discord, or is it still green?
No, it's all good.
Oh, weird. I thought maybe it might have been because you were sharing your screen, possibly. That might have been why. I'm not 100% sure as to why that's happening. But
I shall run some maintenance in the meantime. While they're back and just alleviate some pain from the server. But no, looks good. Might be all these messages I'm getting from the family saying this one person's going on holiday. One of these is going to travel for 4 months and she had a birthday tonight, and everyone's over there and all the photos are flying in. So who knows? I'll quit everything else off. But let us know if it continues, peeps.
It does sound like it's continuing at the moment. Hopefully the technical issues can be fixed for Mr. Sinkovic at this stage. Lawford and Mulford continue their battle. James Scott has just entered pit lane at the moment. Blake Warboys has continued on for another lap, so he now takes the lead of this race. Stone Street's in. Mueller continues on as well, so some differing strategies as Billy Mole comes into pit lane as well for WKMP Sim Sports. I reckon Mueller's saved some fuel sitting in the toe there of Troy Stone Street for that period of time throughout the start of this race.
No, yeah, definitely has. 532 downloads tonight and 40 uploads. So
very odd.
Yeah, that's all right. It's the world of racing. But now, as you mentioned, my data just disappeared. No, it's lovely world.
So Stacey Boyd, Shane Randall have also come in as well. Oh. Yep, we're back. That's fine. Maybe it's my issue. I don't know. My voice connection ping is fine in Discord, so I don't know why it would be causing an issue.
We battle on, mate. We battle on. If there's someone out there that peeps want to see, please let us know. Let us know who the battle is that you want to see, which car you want to see, who's you're supporting. Let us know. And please like and subscribe. We're 25 away from hitting our 1,500. 25 away.
25. I mean, it's so close. I would love to see it hit 1,500 by the end of the season. It would be absolutely spectacular for that to happen. You know, for SRW to go into season 3 with 1,500 subscribers would be absolutely mega. So if you guys can, if you haven't already, or if you've got some friends and family you want to get involved in watching as well, please hit the like button, the subscribe button, share the streams with them, get them on board as well. You know, 20, what'd you say, Singer? Was it 25 or 23 that we're away?
No, 25. Well, the last I checked was 25, but it might be less now. A few more people in the pits. That's Blake Warboys just popping in the pits now. So you've got James Scott's at the 204.179. Scotty's coming through there. I've got Warboys in the pits at the moment, so you can see them as they come around. He is up on the jacks as we speak.
I think Scott's
followed him in as well.
I think Scott's going to easily get past him at this stage.
Yeah.
I mean, he had a good lead off the start line before that first pit stop. So unless Warboys underfills the car, I don't see him getting out ahead of James Scott. In fact, James has already passed him before he's even out of the slow lane. So Warboys will come out in P2. Mueller looks to come out around P3, but Stone Street is now coming down the main straight. He took a 23.8 second stop. Mueller's was a 25 second stop, so a longer stop for Mueller, but Stone Street's going to get him again. Does Mole get him as well? As he's at full pace into turn 1, he does get him. This is now going to be a tight battle between them for P4.
These two Titans, these two young Titans, I should say, have been having a great stoush this season. And I'm loving it to finish like this as well, because they deserve to be up around each other and enjoying that. On the bottom screen, we've got a three-way all the way down the main. Oh, look at that. We had Lawford on the inside, Troy Dooley switching across, and Stacey bought in as well. Angus has gone off track a little bit, but he's back on there. Where's he gone?
He's now behind Shane Randall, so Lawford's now dropped position behind Randall. Randall actually jumped Douglas in the pit stop as well, as did Boyd, as did Dooley. So that was a great stop strategy for them. They even took a longer stop than he did, so that really paid off in their favour.
Yeah, James Scott actually took a full second's more worth of up on the jacks than Blake did. Blake's brought that back to 5.5 tenths. Stoney is 13 seconds behind him though, with Billy Moles. So we've got top 5. We have got a Chief, 3 WKMP and 1 Pelican.
Well, it's been an incredible season thus far. I think we've had some great battles. Mole and Mueller. How do we think their rivalries now are going to continue on towards next season and season's future? And how's it now going to progress? Because we mentioned this season, this has been Mueller's best season to date. Last season was probably Billy Mole's best season to date. But Mole's then kind of regressed a little bit this season. He's kind of just more or less been quite steady, where Mueller's been up on the rise. How do we think they're going to go next season when we head into winter and then into spring and summer at the end of the year as well?
Oh, mate, this battle between these two boys is just going to get more fierce and stronger, and it's going to be one of those ones where it's going to be it's going to get up there with your Dickie Johnsons and your Peter Brocks. Yeah.
Oh, and they've gone off the road together into the wall. Both drivers off the road. They were going side by side, and they've both made contact into the wall down there. How in the hell has this happened down at turn 3? So Mueller wanted it up the inside. Mole went to turn in. Mueller hopped the curb, and off the road goes Billy Mole. Could very well be a drive-through for Mueller. We'll have to wait and see what race control says.
Yeah, it could be either way there, because Mueller's actually bounced off the curb, but has Billy left enough room as well? So it's going to be a conversation to be had either way.
There's also the thought of, was Mueller, as Mueller was the fighting car, was he far enough up on turn in? He, of course, hopped the curb, which then makes contact. So that then is loss of control to your car. A lot of a lot of pieces to the puzzle of that incident that happened. If Mueller does receive a drive-through, it will promote Harry Dodds into P4, and it'll promote Tim Mulford into P5, as Randall, in fact, has just gotten past Billy Mole. Drive-through penalty for Ryan Mueller for the contact there at turn 3, so they were straight onto it in race control, and they've already made the determination.
Yeah, they're probably watching it live, and then all they really had to do there was to see the turning point, and if there was overlap, so it must have been fairly cut and dry, which is a shame for Ryan because they were having a great little battle there. Where is Billy Mole? Billy Mole's all the way down 11th place, so he's got a bit of work to do to get himself back.
Yeah, P11 at the moment for Billy Mole. It's probably where Mueller's going to end up. He's not going for the drive-through straight away. He's going to keep on going until, I would say, he gets to that 3rd lap, and then he's going to come in to serve it. Mulford, Dooley and Boyd currently in a hot battle here for what will be corrected P5 on the road when Mueller comes in for that drive-through penalty. I don't even know if they're aware that that's what's on the line for them at the moment as Billy Mole comes into pit lane to take that stop and take that fast repair for himself.
Yeah, he's got to get that car back in the queue. What a little battle this is, though. I've got the race leader on the bottom cam giving him some airtime. And these boys here are having a cracker, aren't they?
They're really going for it, tooth and nail.
Boyd. Yeah, sounds like country western band. Mulford, Dooley and Boyd.
I think it's just because it starts with Mulford and it reminds us of Mulford and Sons, possibly.
Yeah, we do like Mulford and Sons.
So Dooley,
it's a great driving.
Right on the heels of Mulford here. Can Boyd get past Dooley to then put pressure on Mulford, or is Dooley going to get past Mulford, or is he going to make a mistake and let both of them past him? Only time will tell, but look at Boyd, he wanted it. Couldn't quite get there though, could the resident American. Dooley forced to the outside line of Mulford here. Can he get the run off the corner to then get the inside line at the next? He took it a little bit too tight. Couldn't get the acceleration out of the PSR Mustang, and that's allowing the Phase 4 Camaro of Boyd to get right up on his heels at the moment.
Well, it's not over, is it? It's not over at all. He's putting
Boyd.
the pressure on like you can believe.
Here he comes. Oh, my God. Again, couldn't quite get there. Plenty of racing room being given between them. Just a hot battle here, and Boyd on the over-under. He'll get the inside line for Lamar corner. Oh, he ran it wide to Dooley. And now the run off.
I think he tried to run it wide just to get straight earlier, get this track, get the speed down the straight, but I think it was just a bit too wide in the end.
So this battling has now dragged Shane Randall into this fight as Mueller comes in to serve the drive-through penalty. So this battle for P5 on the road about to heat up even more so, because now they've got that top 5 to battle for towards the end of this race. Past the halfway point now, 32 minutes 45 seconds. So
what was the timestamp for the pits, mate? Lap 10.
It was about lap 20. Not lap 20, about minute 20 was roughly when the pits were happening. So we should see one around about the 40-minute mark.
Yeah, I was about to say, that's what I was looking at. Yeah, Stacey is he's actually driving out of his skin at the moment. The last few weeks I've seen some real steady progress from him. I think it's more confidence than anything at the moment. He's been able to drive for a while, but I think his confidence has risen.
Yeah, maybe the confidence has gone up. Warboys has done well.
Track and having a bit of fun down there. His lap pace is very good. There's not much between him and James Scott.
No, they've got solid lap pace, very similar lap pace as well, but he just hasn't managed to stick right behind him, which he doesn't need to. Blake knows he can just cruise on to the end of this race. He's got no pressure in behind. He's got his teammate behind him. He's just able to push on now, claim P2 and then claim the championship at the end of this one. So that'll be on the mind of Blake, and that's what the focus is on at the moment.
100%. Championship is always the most important. Screen there at the moment. Peter Pav and Billy Mole are having a bit of a scramble down there.
Sinker.
You can see them. Billy Mole.
Hang on. Sinker, I need to ask you. You didn't open up the UI then? Have you finally? You've finally done it. After how long? 2 to go. 2 broadcasts to go, and you finally learned it. Took your time.
I've been using it since Wednesday onwards.
Oh, took your bloody time, Sinker.
Well, it wasn't hard. It was just a matter of just downloading it and turning it on.
Yeah, that's all it was. That was all it was. Well then.
Yeah, there you go.
Look at that. There is one thing that's happened before I leave. It is Stephen Sinkovic finally learned SDK. So at least that's happened.
I haven't learned it, mate. I'm just using a very bone basics of it, mate. But enjoying the little bits and pieces, like things like this. I can just go roll bar mode.
Exactly.
Just take it out there.
Exactly.
Just do a bit of let's go a bit wider on T1. Let's take it to the leader if you want. And it's taken them into to Jace for some reason. But yeah, loving it, mate. It's good.
Well, I suppose miracles can happen, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, that is true.
Big lock up from Boyd. Sorry, into turn 7. Goes off the road, as does Mulford. I don't know if there was contact, but his rearview mirror was definitely filled. Look at this scramble of cars trying to battle through. Mueller's there, so's Randall.
Yeah. Producer Sig, no, Pete, mate. I'm not even an itch compared to you, mate. No. Got the talent, but not the quality. Done a long way to go before I get anywhere near to what you guys do. Understanding of the whole process of it all. I know that I understand the process, but being able to multitask is another thing. My wife says I'm pretty useless when it comes to that.
So Mueller has come out the big beneficiary of all of this. Let's just quickly watch back how this has happened, because it was a massive moment down there. So Boyd locks up, goes off the track. I think Mulford was watching the mirrors, saw him there, and that put him off. Through comes Dooley. Randall then gets held up. Lawford around the outside. There's Mueller as well. So I think the big loser out of all that was the fact that Randall was held up there by Mulford after he rejoined the circuit. So maybe needed to go for a different line there on that one, did Randall, to get it past him, but he continues on.
Tell you what, that could have got messy, but it didn't. The boys continue racing in the lower screens as Hamish was showing you guys that, and a 2:03.842 is the fastest lap so far by Mr. James Scott, and Blake Warboys is 3/10 behind him on that pace. These boys are driving in their skins. The middle pack has not stopped. Troy Dooley backwards. Troy's the cork in the bottle at the moment, in a big way.
So Dooley under pressure right now from a recharging and resurging Angus Lawford down towards turn 7. He can't quite get him under brakes, has to back out of it. To drive through penalty for car 850 there, Tim Mulford, for an unsafe rejoin on lap 17, turn 7. So that's the moment we just spoke about, where he kind of held up Dooley, but then he really held up Randall. And that could have ended a whole lot worse than what it did. So that's now going to take Mulford out of this battle and give Randall a free position.
There's a bit of a giggle then. I think someone said, yep, rightio. Oh. I think PG put a curse on me.
Why?
I know it's working. Because SDK is starting to play tricks on me.
I see.
Put the Moz.
It can do that on you sometimes. So Randall, who's battling away here with Mulford. Well, Mulford has to do a drive-through. He doesn't necessarily have to let Randall pass him. Randall would love him to, though, because that would take the pressure off him from Boyd.
Make it as hard as possible.
Yeah. Continue to put pressure on them. And then in terms of pressure, well, Troy Dooley is in the pressure cooker at the moment with Lawford and Mueller in behind him. Two very fast drivers.
He's done well, Lawford. He's got back to the position he started through. So all that time, it's taken him more or less 35 minutes or so, and done extremely well to get through there. Mulford's just going through the pits at the moment.
Rail and Boyd side by side into one. Randall's going to hold position, but Boyd's going to get the over-under. They're going to stay side by side down towards turn 3. Who's going to be the beneficiary here? Oh, bit of door-to-door.
Oh,
Remember
well, space given. That's nice.
Oh.
This is the bit you want to be in front, but always not. The front bit is not always a safe because you've got that burn down the straight, and then they got to slam the anchors on and try to get that car rotating to the right.
So Boyd going to try and hold the inside line on defence here on Randall. Of course, both these drivers were a part of that VIR top 4 battle that we mentioned, so they've got experience racing around each other, but they've also got Jace Douglas beginning to chase them down, as well as Randall just drops a little bit of time after catching the curb on the exit of 7.
Yeah, 100%. Jace has had a few off weeks. He's been a little bit off pace of late. Maybe just tired, long season. But I want to see him get back in the saddle and really ramp it up for next season.
There he is, continuing to fight on. We had Andrew Rushworth, I think, said it earlier that either Jace has got a really big seat or he's really small, because he is buried amongst that seat there, Sinker, which I think it is the latter. I think that Jace is just short. Yeah, that's it. I think that's why.
Not short in stature, just maybe short in height.
Yeah, that's exactly right. a bit height limited, if you will.
Mulford's got a bit of bounce going on this car under brakes. It's like he's wrestling it a bit.
Yeah, maybe just struggling with some grip here or there. As Dodds comes in, Lawford and Mueller in as well.
Yeah, second load of pit stops starting. Lawford's being followed him on Mueller. Mueller's obviously assumed, shit, if you're going, I'm going as well.
Randall's
so
also
in the second lights at the 42-minute mark.
So Dodds, Lawford, Mueller, Randall, Clifton all in for their stops. Mulford still needs to do his second stop, but he had to commit to the drive-through on the last lap. Brad asked him, yes, I am, Brad. Yep, this is my last broadcast for this series today. So, yep. Mulford now comes in for that stop. Billy Moll stayed out. Harry Dodds has just exited pit lane ahead of Billy. Billy pitted on lap 14 for his second stop. I don't know if that's enough to get him home.
Corner. Very shaky through that corner.
Yeah. Maybe the tyres are starting to go. Maybe that's the issue.
Harry's got fresh tyres on, so he's maybe they're a bit colder. He was wiggling around in the rear end as he was braking.
Yeah. Of course, he's got Billy Moll hot on his heels. As I said, Billy pitted on lap 14. I don't know if that is late enough to get home. It was 5 laps to go, so he had to get the car fixed on that pit stop.
Yeah. I guess there's a bit of a forced majeure. No, he's a forced penalty, a forced pit stop, and he had to go in and get the car fixed up. Otherwise, he's going to lose too much pace, full stop. But maybe he's lucky. Maybe he'll be all right. Douglas is getting that battle in the back of Stacey Boyd. He's not giving up any space, that's for sure. Yeah, Harry Dodds' rear end is a bit slippery, isn't it?
I think he's just riding the curbs, maybe trying to ride the rear slip angle. Get some pace out of it, possibly. That could be it. But he's playing a dangerous game of running too much rear as Douglas and Boyd look to go side by side into the final corner. Under brakes, can Douglas get past him here? He does. If you're Boyd and you got the smarts about you, the wits about you, you're coming straight into pit lane, because the more you battle Douglas, the better it's going to get for Shane Randall, and he's gone in. So Boyd in, Dooley in as well. Douglas continues on.
Hamish Munro, profit.
Well, I mean, it's racing, Sinker. That's all. If he kept battling him, he was just going to give up time to Shane. He doesn't want to give up time to Shane, so he comes into pit lane as Randall comes down towards the final corner. So where does he end up in comparison to Stacey Boyd, who's just about... Oh, sorry, that's Troy Dooley about to exit pit lane. Where's Boyd? He's still on the jacks. Here comes Randall down the straight. This is going to be tight, but I think Boyd's going to get him. We'll have to wait and see. There's Boyd on exit. Here's Randall into turn 1. It's going to be tight. It's going to be close. I think Randall is just going to get him. Wow.
Oh, that was so close.
And Boyd's
So
now got to be
close.
mindful as well of the cold tyres. Can't push too early. Has to get them up to temp, and then you can put the pressure on him as Scott and Warboys are in.
Yeah.
Does Stone Street follow? We've also got on track as well, Sinker. A couple of friends who already had a cuddle tonight. Now together on track again as Mueller and Mole have met up again.
They're like magnets to each other, aren't they?
Yeah.
Well, Billy's still got another pit to do, so he's got a bit to make up there. I don't think he's going to make it all the way from lap 14.
No, I don't think so. Not without a safety car, at least.
No, he's gonna need to pop in somewhere around 5 laps to go, somewhere like that. James Scott is on his way out.
Stone Street's also coming in.
Right now.
Do we think Douglas comes in as well? Quite possibly. This may be the limit of the fuel and the limit of the stops. Of course, Douglas came in on lap 9, so he pitted early with Angus Lawford. He's going to come in now, so he's gone longer on the second stint and now comes into pit lane, so should be able to take a little bit less fuel this time by. Dodsey's already taken his second stop, so he should jump Douglas well and truly. But here comes Mueller and Mole side by side in the final corner. They make contact again! Contact again between them. These guys just can't avoid each other, Sinker.
Yeah, Ryan's just called that one in. I think Billy's actually addressed it by staying behind him, so I'm not sure what's going to happen with that one. We'll see. I only saw the aftermath of the Jace Douglas has just come off the jacks. So he is coming out of pits on the bottom cam as we speak.
So Mueller's running towards the left and then hits Billy.
Well, it looks like it could go either way, man. That could be just a racing incident there, because it looks like they're both converging to the middle of the track.
Yeah, it almost looked like Billy was trying to hold the line, was aiming to leave space, but then Ryan's kind of gone to the left a little bit. I'm not sure. We'll see what RC says. Tyson is back over the radio.
Yeah, he's just said copy. He's looking at it now. So at the end of the day, it's going to be who's moved off the line, who's gone out, who's come in. It's going to be a tough one, or it could they both could have impacted the same amount, and it just move on racing incident because they haven't really lost places. They're still the same places they are. Ryan Miller's in 5th and Billy Moles behind him in 6th.
So Randall right now further back is feeling the pressure from Stacey Boyd for P9 on the road. We saw how close Stacey got to him through turn 7. He's just backed off a little bit through this next portion of the circuit because I think he knows you don't really get an opportunity for a pass through here. So he wants to save the tyres a little bit, recalibrate, go for an attack, possibly into the final corner or into turn 1 if he can.
203.820 is the fastest lap. That is a ridiculous lap.
I was going to say, surely, that lap time was surely done by Andrew Cowan, wasn't it?
Ryan's got that one. He's being told for instant responsibility.
Yeah, I think unfortunately for him, I mean from the angle we looked at it on the roof, it looked like he went to the right. He drifted left, sorry, and then made contact as the passing car.
When you're in the car, you don't feel like you've done the wrong thing, and you feel like you're being crowded. But I'm sure when he watches it back, you'll see that his car has moved out into Mole. What RC will be looking at, gap from the right boundary, gap from the left boundary, who's converged where. So look, I think at the end of the day, it's toughest when you're in the car. I've been there before.
Yeah, just you have a completely different perspective on the incident when it's your own incident and you're inside the car. Grandma saying Billy cut Ryan off. I'm sorry, we showed it. He didn't cut him off. Ryan drifted to the left.
Grandma, but I think if you see it from the top view, it'll be a completely different perspective of it. But it's always hard when you're viewing it from this sort of angles. But at the moment, we are still got some epic driving. Randall and Boyd. Boyd is just past Randall again. So those two are up and around each other.
Oh, they're inside each other at the moment. They make contact.
Oh, no, not another one.
How has this happened between them? So down at 7, Boyd on the inside. or he may get initial contact with Randall, kind of dawed him out wide, and then continue on. And then, well, where's Randall supposed to go? He's through the corner and Boyd's gone round.
Yeah. Well, boys have got a bit more unpacking to do downstairs. Keeping me on their toes the last few minutes. There's a few incidents there and there. This is the part of the race where usually we get them gapping out a little bit. And they have. So at the moment, we've got a nice little battle there with Troy Dooley and Angus Lawford. Bottom of the TV screen, we have the current, looks like the champion-elect, Mr. Blake Daddy Warboys.
He's about 10 minutes away from his championship at the moment, Sinko. He's right there.
And he's looks like I think I saw him wave at me then. Ryan's going through his drive-through as we speak. And we are off. Where we got Dooley and Lawford is the tightest we can see so far.
So Mueller coming through pit lane to serve that drive-through. He's not happy about it, but
he's keeping his tyres warm.
Yeah, got to keep them warm whilst going slow through the pit lane. Will he drop a spot now to Randall on the exit? He is going to, and he's going to come out just behind him. So he's going to be hungry to get past him for sure. Needs to make sure that the emotions don't get the better of him.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes it's been a long season and it's been a long fight between these two boys too. So, and it will continue on. These are both growing, aspiring drivers that are really 5:01.
Yeah, so Randall's been found at fault for that other incident. So
that's for the contact we saw earlier on.
Yeah, so I suppose as we saw it, he probably just wasn't quite far enough up as Scott does a 2:03.5 on that last lap. Ridiculous.
That's what I was about to say. 2:03.5.
Yeah.
And actually, Warboys is just hit a 2:04.009. So they're both picking up a bit of pace there. Some amazing driving.
Yeah. So to give the rundown on why Randall likely has been given that penalty, which I think he's just going to give the spot to Mueller now, knowing that he's got a drive-through. He was passed by Boyd, and then obviously he's been passed. Then he becomes the passing car, and then wasn't far enough up to make the go of it again, and then the contact's made. So that's very likely why Shane has to come through pit lane. He's now got Douglas attacking him though up towards the curb of death and Lamore corner as well. So they're going to go side by side. Of course, though, Randall has got a few laps to serve that drive-through penalty. I'm sure that he'll probably come in straight away.
To go together, didn't they? Am I getting? Am I glitching the matrix at the moment? But I swear I saw them do exactly the same thing a few laps ago.
Not Shane and Jace. Probably Shane and Stacey were doing that a few laps ago together. But sure, Randall will come straight in and serve that drive-through if he can. Or he may just keep going and then come in a couple laps' time.
Yeah, great little... These three boys here, Douglas, Randall and Clifton, all progressing roughly around the same pace at the moment.
Yeah, I think they've got a very similar I rating, all around about that 2.5K, similar SR as well. So they're of a very similar skill level. They probably end up in this... They would definitely end up actually in the same split if they were to do officials, so... Yeah, they're all of the same skill, and they're all in the same skill gain as each other as well, which is good to see from all three of them. Of course, Shane and Mick out age Chase by quite a bit, but age with age comes wisdom. So maybe something is still to come for Jace Douglas in the future as he gets older and he gets better.
That battle pack is turning bigger and bigger at the moment, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4 cars. Oh, they're not going to catch Ryan, and Billy Mole's not going to catch them. So Billy Mole's just gone through for his final pit stop because he went in early for repairs.
For previous damage. So
yeah, correct.
He's then coming again to take that final stop of the race. We've got 6 minutes to go of the final round of Season 1 of the Sunday Supercars Series here. Brought to you by Warner Brown Tools and SRW TV. And after tonight, there are 3 races left for the season. The Tuesday Supercars at Donington Park, the Wednesday Super Formula Lights at Phillip Island, and the Thursday Toyota GR86s and their campaign as well out at Circuit Zolder for the final round of the season. And then next Wednesday night, we head out to Autodromo Internacional Algarve for the Moser Racing Australian Open Wheel Nationals between SRW and GSRC.
Ooh, yeah. It's going to be a big one. Going to be a very, very big one. Can't wait for that. That's going to be a lot of fun. But again, every night's a lot of fun. It's at the end of the day, I'm like, after work, I'm like, oh man, I've got to broadcast. But then we start the broadcast and it's so much fun. Yeah, I mean, it's amazing how much it can liven you up, especially when you're getting some cracking racing out there as well. I mean, it's... Yeah, the adrenaline, I don't think you people get it. It's like, we get just as much adrenaline buzz out of this as well. After a good race, I struggle to fall asleep like you would not believe. I'm buzzing for another hour. It's nuts. Yeah, it's, sometimes we get a boring race here or there, but it's very, very rare that happens. We often will always have something exciting happening on track, whether it's a battle at the back of the field, at the front of the field, or all out the field. There's always something happening, at the start of the race, in the middle, or towards the end as well. And I think, throughout this season, throughout the first half of this year, we've had some fantastic battles. As Lawford has just had a dropout, but he's returned. So Dooley would have hoped he may have... For Dooley, he would have hoped that he would have not come back, because then he would have got the top 5 position on track. But he also wouldn't want him to be blinking right in front of him in case he makes contact and he can't see him. So those are the struggles. Question of the night. Do you think really that iRacing is going to bring out a Toyota for the V8 Supercars? Not straight away. No. I don't think they will straight away. 3 different cars. Who's going to be game enough? I don't think a series in a Toyota. I don't think we're going to see the supercar on iRacing for 2 or 3 years. Yeah, it'd be quite a while. Yeah, if they did it, they'd want to get it. Realistically, they should be getting its data. They should be, as they're testing that car and developing that car, they should be getting the data for it. They're never going to release it as soon as it comes out, because obviously with supercars they have parity issues and they want to try and make the Toyota match the parity of the Camaro and the Mustang. Even these cars, there's not much difference in them, is there? There is. The engine's different in them. The aero's slightly different as well. Both cars can be set up with the same setups, but comparatively to the Gen 2 cars, these cars have got slight differences in real life, so their parity is very important, so they can be matched closely. In iRacing, it's purely probably a rotation of skin. That's it, really. Yeah, they probably could just take the sound of the Supra and then re-release like the Mustang and put the skin of the Supra over it. Bit of a B note and on it, and and put the new skin on it, and off you go. Sounds like Julie is having to save fuel, might be cutting it close. Well, he did take a 15-second stop. Could be a couple of them there. There's a couple that pitted on lap 19, which is Harry Dodds, Lawford, Mueller, Clifton. When did Dooley pit? Well, Dooley pit on lap 20. He does sound like he's saving, or maybe just cruising. Yeah. He took a 15-second stop on that second stop, so he could be tight on fuel. That could give Mueller an opportunity at a top 6. James Scott though, yep, he is 1 or 2 this lap and 1 more away from another race win this season. Blake Warboys is this lap and 1 more away from the championship this season as well. So he has been an absolute roll. It's been a roller coaster ride for him through different liveries run this season to see how the luck could change through a lifeline thrown by the ankle injury of James Scott. If Scott didn't injure the ankle, we'd be probably talking about the man on the bottom screen as becoming the champion. Mate, Harry Dodds is up 8 places. A great drive tonight, all the way up to 4th. Fantastic. Absolute cracker. Dooley up 5 as well. So hopefully Dooley can make it home on that fuel. Hopefully that can happen for him. So it'll be 1 to go when we get to the line for James Scott. The final lap of Season 1. The final lap of Round 18. We should have figured out how many kilometres we've done this season, Sinker, so we could have said, the final kilometre of this many, or... Mate, if we weren't doing full-time gigs, yeah, you probably could. Unfortunately, full-time jobs and family, and then this is it limits the amount of capacity your brain can hold and things you can achieve, unfortunately. But these boys in the cars have achieved something very special this season. James Scott is coming around the last few corners, and Blake Warboys will be flashing those lights like crazy because he's oh, what's he? Oh, oh, did you see that?
What?
James Scott has just touched the rear wall as he's coming around the first corner, and his rear bumper flew off and then just reattached itself.
Oh yeah, it does that sometimes. It will do that. It's a little glitch in the system. Yep, Boyd has passed Clifton. That's a great moment for Stacey Boyd. He's now hot on the heels of Jace Douglas and Ryan Mueller as well. So we'll sit on this battle for the next few moments here. Boyd having a cracking race. So is Douglas. Mueller and Douglas. Oh, this could be a feisty battle. Could be a very feisty battle towards the checkered flag. These guys will have one more lap to do to get home in this race. Hopefully they realise they've got one more lap as well, and that this is not the final lap for them. The race leader is coming up towards the final few corners at the moment. Douglas wants an inside run on Mueller at the final corner. Can't quite get there. Oh, Mueller runs wide though. Here comes Douglas on the inside, trying to sneak it through if he can, to have a drag race down towards turn one. Oh, Boyd, big wiggle off the exit. That gives Clifton back the spot. This battle continues on. If you want to head over to it, Sinker, and we'll catch what the leader's doing up towards the start-finish line. Because for James Scott, this has been an incredible season. Multiple wins. A what-if as to what could have been if the ankle wasn't injured a few weeks ago. But as he traverses the final corner for the final lap of season one of the final round, James Scott will win at Sebring after 60 minutes of intense racing in the Supercars. And Blake Warboys, for the second season in a row, is the Sunday Supercars champion. As Stone Street, what a season, what a race. Stone Street still has a few corners to go before he gets there. But we've got to head back to this battle with Douglas, Clifton and Mueller. This is really heating up towards the end of it.
It's just been passed by Clifton through this battle, just the way he tried to attempt in. He got a bit out wide and got Clifton moved in, but Douglas is taking another line on the inside of Clifton. Is he going to make it sticky? He is.
That there was about as dusty as I think we've ever seen a move from Douglas. He somehow pulled it off. And a great effort. Plenty of racing room given between both of them. He wants Mueller. He wants this move into the final corner. He needs to maximise the run through Lamar corner. Stone Street crosses the line in P3. Dodds is looking to come home in P4 with Lawford and Doolian behind him, as Mueller's gotten a slow run off that corner. Has he run out of fuel possibly, or has he got a slow down? I think he's got a slow down, Sinker, because that's given it up to Clifton and Douglas as Boyd comes past him too. Has he run out?
No, he's running out of fuel.
Oh my God. He underfueled the car, and that there is the top 10 gone to end the season for Ryan Mueller. Jace Douglas will survive the battle with Mick Clifton. Stacey Boyd will come home in P9. Billy Mole will come home in P10. Peter Pavlovic gets past his teammate Mueller, who's still coughing. Oh, Randall slides it into the final corner. I didn't think he expected him to be there. Round he goes on the outside, another position. And luckily for Mueller, he's not going to drop to P14, but he's got to get that thing to the line if he can.
Yeah, if he can. He's going to get the minimum points otherwise, but bottom screen, we've got the champion with the number 2 on his car at the moment. Mr. Blake Daddy Warboys. What a season this has been. This is our first attempt at running across 2 seasons. Look, it wasn't a complete failure, but it wasn't what we liked. I think if we had a Pro-Am, we would have been a lot better with volume. But it's one of those things. We're going to go back to the 9-round format and maybe try it again next year with a slight difference from what we've learned. But what a battle these two legends have put together, Hamish, for us. They've put some amazing broadcast and viewing time together for us.
Yeah, they have indeed. It's been a spectacular battle for this championship this season. This is how the results ended up for them. James Scott takes the win tonight. Blake Warboys solidifies his championship by finishing P2 on the road. Troy Stonestreet, Harry Dodds, then the top 5. Troy Dooley, Jace Douglas, and then Mick Clifton, Stacey Boyd, Billy Mull for your top 10. Peter Pavlik, Shane Randall, Ryan Mueller, who ran out of fuel in the last lap, finishes ahead of Will Brown, Tim Mulford, and Andrew Cowan. At the back of the field, John Gallen, not quite getting to the end of that race, though. But for Warboys, it's another championship for Scott. It's a season of what could have been. He'll look to return next season, maybe with some teammates behind him, and maybe to win a championship for himself as well.
Yeah, definitely. This is it's been an absolute cracker. I loved every minute of it. I've got Mr. Warboys on the bottom screen doing a burnout at the moment, Hamish, celebrating his title, and continuing to do really well in SRW.
He is.
Hopefully the prizes will be giving away for officially season 2, but season 3 bracket of the V8 Supercars will track some nice drivers across as well. So Warren and Brown Tools will be putting together some giveaways for the winners. Also, this series winner as well will have a few Warren and Brown Tools to take home tonight as well. So I'll be shipping them out not this week, but the week after when the final round's complete. And wow. How much fun was that?
So much fun. So much fun. We'll start our chats tonight. We're having a chat to our race winner in P2 in the championship, James Scott. James, congratulations. Another race win for yourself. It's P2 in the championship. Next season, it's going to be a season of redemption, isn't it? It's going to be come back. Don't go and injure your ankle playing an extracurricular activity and win yourself a championship here on Sundays.
Yeah, that wasn't ideal, was it?
Mate, you're banned from squash, all right?
no, it wasn't ideal, but anyway, well done to Blake. He had a pretty good season. We had some good battles, so hopefully we can try and go one better off next season, but yeah, we'll see what happens.
Well, we're opening it up a bit better. I think it's going to be a bit easier. Back to 9 rounds. Following will be our race will be whatever Scops and Logie races the next week. We'll have that the week before, so people will be able to use it as a practice as well, especially the fast boys like yourself and Blake and that. And then Warren and Brown Tools is going to put some more prizes in. So we've got the Pro and the Pro-Ams on a Sunday night. So we'll have 2 lots of boys going absolutely crazy on a Sunday night and having a lot of fun. Mate, are you going to get some support out there? You're going to get some team members or maybe some unofficial team members to come in and drive with you to support you?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I've tried to convince them a few times, but they want to hold up a spot for someone who can make all the rounds when they can only make a couple. So
yeah. Well, we get that. It's hard. It just makes it harder for you, doesn't it? When you've got maybe 3 or 4 WKMP cars around you, then a couple of Pelicans around you, and you're flying on your own. Makes life a bit difficult.
Yeah, it does. But I don't know. We're not too much into those team game sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Just try and drive as fast as we can, and hopefully it's enough.
Yeah. How's the recovery going, mate?
Yep, not bad. Should be. I don't know when next season starts, but should be back to almost full health by then. So we'll give it a shake.
This will be the final round coming up this week of all the rest of the series, and then there'll be about 3-week gap. But there'll be a heap of social media stuff, and I'll send you a DM as well, mate, because I know how you forget to read the social medias.
Yeah, I do. I'm well behind on that stuff, so that'll be good.
Excellent, mate. Well, thank you for putting on an amazing show. Great drive tonight. You had some wicked pace in the end. I think it ended up in the 203s in the end. So great stuff out there. Who gets James Scott on track and supports you and the team, mate?
Yeah, just the usual guys at the Chiefs, Aussie Broadband, Westfield, Logitech G, You guys for a great series. Everyone that helps puts it on. It's awesome. And yeah, the race control and all that sort of stuff as well. It was good racing, and well done to everyone out there. It was good.
Excellent, mate. Well, congratulations doing an epic race, and hope to see you back next season on Tuesday and Sunday nights and ripping it up in the big V8s. And all the best, mate.
Sounds good, mate. Have a good one.
Catch ya.
Next
We've got
up,
a few people.
we've got Angus who's come to have a chat to us, but he didn't finish on the podium, so
Yeah,
I
that's
don't.
all right. How about we get Stoney in?
Yeah,
and
we
then
have a chat to Stoney, and then we normally let the champion sweat it out a little bit.
Yeah, we do.
We're going to have to figure out what we're going to do on Tuesday, Cinco. We're just going to have to talk to our class champions on Tuesday because we only talked to one of each. So we may have to.
Oh, mate, look, it's our last show together, Hamish. So if it goes a bit longer, we have a chat with a few more people. There's nothing wrong with that.
It's not that. It's we are time certain before qualifying starts of split one. That's my thought process.
Yeah.
So
I was talking about split two. Yeah,
yeah,
split two.
Yeah. So,
but let's drag Stoney in, mate.
Mr. Stone Street, congratulations. P3 on the road for you tonight in the mean pink machine for WKMP Sim Sports, mate. Good race from you. Solid run. Didn't really get into too many battles after the first pit stop, but solid performance and a double podium for the team. Congratulations.
Thanks, mate. New colours, new me, maybe.
Oh, maybe. I'm loving the pink. It's a good look. I like the pink.
Yeah,
on the
they're awesome looking cars.
are.
Johnny Van Ree's done a great job with the liveries.
Yeah.
No, it was a bit of a shame because it was I bet you blokes was struggling a bit after that incident with Billy and Ryan. It was shaping up to be a pretty good battle between the three of us, I thought. But
yeah,
once that unfolded, I was pretty much in no man's land. Couldn't get near Blake and James, and the guys behind were a bit behind. So it was just keep the car on the track, really.
Keep it clean, keep it keen. You know what? It was pretty good. It was pretty good still. The boys, Ryan and Billy are magnets to each other at the moment. I think they'll be like that for a while. They're so close on pace. It's ridiculous. And then you're either in front of them or behind them. So you're enjoying the show either way, aren't you?
Well, when we undercut Ryan and he came out of the pits behind Billy, I kind of thought to myself, this could unfold, and sure as shit. It did, but it is. It's good racing. It's I think the season that was good to finish off with a decent race for the season because I think I got caught up in a lot of my own silly mistakes and just trying to race too hard with certain people, and that one I was just thinking just go out and do your own thing and just wherever you end up, and there you go.
I think it's just everyone. This is like everyone just getting to the point where they're just getting the handle of this new car, and I think going forward from the next season onwards, I think people have got rid of all the bugs and the misfortunes of the handling and starting to get the car settled. So I think we're at some ripper racing for the rest of the year, not just here, but I think in all the leagues. I think it's taken everyone a while to get a hold of this car.
Well, yeah, everyone's obviously finding their setups and everyone's getting a lot closer in times and performance, but it's such the car with no tow drag compared to the Gen 2, it just brings that type of racing. I think they're big cars and very hard to pass, so if you feel you've got pace, then unfortunately sometimes people just send it. So, and I've been guilty of that too many times this season myself, so it is hard. I whether they introduce a bit more tow to them, so you could make overtaking a little easier.
Yeah,
might be good, but it certainly probably makes for good entertainment on the box for you guys.
Oh, I'll tell you what, it keeps me and Hamish entertained. Don't worry about that. We absolutely love it. We sit on the edge of our seats and I've got some fingernails left, but it is awesome, mate. And as usual, you put on a great show, mate. So congratulations on a really good finish to the season, buddy. Who gets WKMP and Mr. Stone Street out on track?
WKMP, like Wodonga Carts and Parts. I did have that list up. Where to go? Sponsors. Stone Street Plumbing, Send It, Don't Bend It, Pecky's Performance, Super Cheap Auto, the Pool Guys, Barella Cabinets, Croc Cart Promotions. They've been a good sponsor, and BCF, Rebel. If I missed anyone, I'm sorry because I was just sitting here in
Don't worry.
Disneyland.
I could go
Forgot
through
to
them
bring
as
up the
well.
thing.
Don't just sweat about it, mate.
M1 used cars as well. I just seen that on the car going around, so that's a new one. But no,
Nice.
thanks guys. Thanks for another good season and doing what you do. Much appreciated.
We love it, mate. We love it as much as you do. I wish I had the talent to be on the other end for a little bit and drive like you guys do, but I'll just have to settle for watching and commentating. Well done, mate.
Yeah.
Congratulations, and see you next season.
Yeah, and thanks to all the other drivers out there for a good season, and well done to Blake on a championship. A good battle with him and James. It'd be nice to be up there with them, but they're just freaks. So, yeah, no, good stuff, boys. Thanks a lot. Talk to you later.
Cheers, buddy.
Cheers, bye.
Next up, we have our Season 1 2025 Warner Brown Tools V8 Supercars Championship champion, Blake Warboys of WKMP Sim Sports. Blake, congratulations. A second championship in a row for you here on the Sunday nights. Tuesday night, you look to get your third in a massive effort thus far this season. Mate, talk us through that one, because that race there was you just had to finish and get points pretty much, and you were going to win the title. Was there any pressure on you for that race, or was it more or less go driving for 60 minutes and then lift the cup at the end?
Wanted to sort of see what sort of pace we had against James, for sure. Hoping we were a little bit better off than what I actually was there. He's a weapon around this track. Doesn't matter whether it's this Pro Series Sculpts, he's always, usually pole and, a couple of tenths to a tenth quicker than most people around here. So to try and bridge that gap's pretty hard. I think we made some ground, but yeah, not enough to sort of challenge. Once he was sort of past 2 seconds, it was just about sort of trying to figure out if there was anything in driving style wise I could change, or if maybe start thinking about setup stuff. But yeah, not too bad.
Daddy Warboys, you're starting to make a habit of these titles, mate. Is Bub asleep? Is she gonna?
Probably. She's been a bit unsettled today.
I was going to say we're not going to see the championship kiss of the bub. Lift her over the head. No. Mate, you're an absolute weapon yourself. You're referring to James Scott as weapon, but you're an absolute weapon yourself, mate. In the end, I think Stoney was like 15 seconds behind you, so your pace isn't that far off. I guess over a whole race, it looks like a fair bit because of the timing chart. But lap per lap, you're not that far behind. It just setup wise, you reckon you can get it a bit closer, and I think once you stay in his draft, it's a little bit easier as well. Yeah.
Yeah, well, the draft definitely helps. It's obviously not as strong as the previous gen car, but it still helps. If I'd been able to got a better start, not drop back to third, and been able to keep with him, maybe would have been able to keep up. But you just don't know. Well, look, he's the bubble.
Mum was listening to the broadcast.
Would have been interesting to see. Hello. But definitely some setup stuff. And fine tuning of a few other bits and pieces on the rig, and
And off you go. Now you settled with the wheel. You're not going to be changing wheels again.
Oh, who knows?
Well, there's also rumours around the traps you're going to be doing some oval racing.
Yeah, keen to get stuck and do some NASCAR stuff.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's good.
Do some other bits and pieces. Maybe drop a few of the Supercars things that I do, and try some oval, maybe some GT3, because the new tyre model sort of suits me a bit better.
Yeah.
I just want to try and do some other stuff because I've been so focused on the Supercar for so long now. Want to expand a little bit. Yeah, do some more endurance racing would be nice. Love doing like the 24 hours and stuff, so it'd be good to do some more of that.
Absence of the V8 may grow the heart finder.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
Well, mate, you've been an absolute legend. You've kept me and Hamish entertained all season long in Tuesdays and Sundays, mate. So it's been spectacular. I did mention earlier, when you watch it back, you'll hear about the change format for next season. So hopefully it'll be enticing for you to come out and battle it with some of the big dogs again. But good to see Bubs has got a smile on her face, and Mum and Bubs are doing well. And your Daddy War Boys, you are the champion for season 1 of our new format, Warren Brown V8 Supercar Championship, mate. So congratulations, mate. Absolute legend.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Definitely got lucky. Well, in a sense that, and unlucky for James that he broke his ankle. So condolences to James for all that. But yeah, to get another championship's pretty bloody cool. Yeah, very happy.
It's what he gets for doing extracurricular activities that is not motorsport related.
Yeah, well, that's it, you know.
We warned him. Don't go playing squash again, mate.
That's
it.
why I don't go to the gym. I just know I'd hurt myself if I go to the gym. I'm too uncoordinated.
Love it. Mate, who gets yourself on track and supports you, buddy?
Massive shout out to Wodonga Carts and Parts, always supporting us. The team, WKMP Sim Sports, for all their support as always. Croc Promotion Carts Australia, Stone Street Plumbing, Super Cheap Auto, and the Super Cheap group of companies. Brella Cabinets, Pool Guys Adelaide, LGC Images, Dave 37 Racing, All Boys Motorsport, Send It Don't Bend It, Amp Air, M1 Cars, Pecky's Performance Dyno Tuning, Gem and everyone, Nava for letting me race and supporting me. So, hello. Hello.
I'd just like to point out, Blake, I just got a message from my partner. She's very jealous right now because you've just shown off your baby and we don't want one yet, but she's like, no, we need it. We need some eventually. And I'm like, well, don't put the pressure on me. Blame Blake because he's brought his cute child on stream for us.
So Hamish is finishing his Sunday night broadcasts with us, Blake. So he probably thinks he's going to be doing other broadcasting, but I think he's going to be doing some daddy work soon.
No. Not for
daddy duties.
Not for many years to come. Not for many years to come.
You say that, but then things change.
Yeah, careful what you say,
change quickly.
Yeah.
Things change very quickly. Yes, they do.
If I was in that position, then that's a hell of a change. If I was in the position to do that, but Blake, congratulations, absolutely spectacular stuff. I look forward to seeing how you can do on Tuesday, and if we get to talk to you again in a championship-winning position, and then I look forward to calling more of your racing on Fridays in the ovals as well, and keeping an eye on how you do. And how you do here over in SRW while I'm away. Yeah, see, Rhiannon's even said not for a long damn time, So she might want one, but she doesn't want one for a while. So, but no, great stuff, Blake. Been a fantastic season once again, and yeah, best of luck on Tuesday. You're charged for a second championship this season.
Yeah, thanks,
Who gets you on track, mate? Let's not forget that.
Oh, let's not forget that. No.
Oh, didn't we do that?
Yeah, we did.
No,
we did do that. Sinker's just got a poor memory.
Yeah.
Oh, there you
he
go.
He did do it.
I could go through the list again, but it's so bloody long now.
It's like watching a movie and I've pressed pause and I've gone back to the beginning.
Yeah. It's like when I'm reading out credits when I do our sponsor list now.
Well, legend, we'll speak to you again soon sometime. Actually, we'll speak to you on Tuesday night probably. Thanks a lot for joining us on a Sunday night, and all the best to the little one and mum. And good luck for the rest of the year, mate.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Well done, Hamish. Look forward to Friday nights and some NASCAR stuff.
No worries, Blake. Looking forward to it. Thank you.
Take
Thanks,
care.
guys.
See you, man.
See you,
mate.
Bye. Well, Sinker, what a season it was. How quickly 15 rounds across 20 odd weeks can just go by like that. Just a click, just a swift breeze, isn't it? And then you look back on it and you're like, how in the hell are we at this point now? And it's gone that quickly. But plenty of racing still to come in this series for next season, and the opportunity for someone to hop into the broadcast booth for this series.
We've nearly got Sunday night sewn up. It's Tuesday night, which is our issue at the moment. So hopefully we'll get someone in the next 3 weeks to help us out with Tuesday night broadcast. So if you are interested in doing production, if you are interested in doing some commentating, please reach out to me at admin@simracingworld.com.au, or send me a DM in Discord, or reach out to us through Facebook. We are looking to expand our team. Even I need some time off. I can't broadcast every night. And even as much as I love it and enjoy it, and don't know how I'd give it up, because I'm loving it that much at the moment. But Hamish will be around. He's not gone. He's just going to, look at doing some of his own stuff as well, his own series and own rig, own racing that he does. So reach out to him and check out what he's doing, and join his series and help him out as well, because there's thousands of us out there that race in iRacing, and there's room for all of us. And I'm sure anything that Hamish does, he'll do really well. But we'll announce Sunday nights in the next few days on who's going to be broadcasting with me. And Tuesday night's still available, but JP will still be doing Wednesdays and Thursdays with us as well, so that's not going to change. It's just Tuesday nights at the moment. So Hamish, lead us out, and let's see you all again on Tuesday night for Hamish's last official show with me. Then he's got one more with Cowie, where he started with. So from his initial first few syllables that came across the airways of SRW with Andrew Cowan, where he was pulling his hairs out after the first one. Hopefully he won't be pulling his hairs after the last one.
Just to build on the point that you made, Sinker, I mean, none of our series currently run head-to-head with SRW, so realistically speaking, this upcoming season, you could race in both if you really wanted to. So,
100%.
We may collaborate in future, do a cross-league race of some kind. I'll be back for Sandown in December as well. So, hopefully we get a good size grid for the Sandown 500 again, and we can recreate the magic of last December when we went racing, this time in the Gen 3 car. So, it's going to be a big one, but. Big week of racing coming up. As I mentioned earlier, the final round of the Warner Brown Tools We Had Supercars series out at Donington Park on Tuesday, where we'll crown a AM and Rookie champion for Split 2, and then a Pro and Pro-Am champion for Split 1 of the Supercars series. Wednesday, the Moser Racing Super Formula Lights Championship, myself and Andrew Cowan in the booth for the final round of that series, where Marcus Watson will be officially crowned the champion as of the end of the series, now of Team SRW Motorsports. And then Thursday night, the Toyota GR6 Nationals. It will be James Parfitt and yourself, Steve, in the booth for that final round of that series out at Circuit Zolder as well. Wednesday, Super Formula Lights Championship will be out at Phillip Island. And then a week from Wednesday will be the fourth iteration of the Moser Racing Australian Open Wheel Nationals out at Autodromo Internacional Algarve, also known as Portimao, where the GSRC will take on SRW TV as well. It'll be James Parfitt and Zach Caven in the booth for that one. But a big shout out to all of our series sponsors, including our title sponsors, Warren and Brown Tools, for their support of the Sunday Night Fiat Supercars Championship and the Tuesday Night Fiat Supercars Series as well to Moser Racing for their support of the Wednesday Night Super Formula Lights Championship and the ongoing Australian Open Wheel Nationals, as well to our other series sponsors, Shunt Scenery, Groom Industries, home of the V8 Coffee Table, which can be found on Prime Video's Top Gear Australia during the news interviews and other studio segments, as well to Phoenix Driver Development. If you want to get in contact with them, be sure to message PDD on Facebook or Laz and Rehan Leonage on Discord. Get yourselves in for some supercar setups or some training sessions as well. They specialise in the supercars, everything from the 2009 Ford Falcon all the way up to the modern day Camaro and Mustang of the Gen 3 supercars as well. But until next time, we'll see you guys out at Donington Park for the final round of the Supercars series. And until then, stay safe, drive hard, and as always, bye for now.
This is amazing. I was clash heads again. This is like Chaz Mostert and Cam Waters. Almost the same situation. Better contact going down the hill. Sam Noble wants to sniff on Dave Coleman now. Sam Noble bottle right now because, tell you what, Bruce Tanner